if you want to go to kpsu.org. Thank you to PSU Television, also known as Basement Studios, for providing us the live video feed today. We appreciate them. I have to remind you, as always, that the views and opinions expressed in the following program do not necessarily represent KPSU, Portland State University, or any of our participating affiliates. Listener discretion is advised. Okay, now that you've been fairly warned, the wonderful band Bruhn is here for Live Fridays. They're going to play an undisclosed, unreleased track off of their new album here in just a minute. We're going to listen to a little bit while they finish up a couple of last-minute sound checking, and then you'll be able to hear them performing live here on KPSU. And I have in the booth with me Chris. Hey, Chris, you want to tell me the name of this track?
It is Something in Your Eyes.
Something in Your Eyes. All right, let's hear it.
Something in your eyes. nothing at all. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. You try and do nothing at all. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. If I talk a little louder, if I said things a little clearer, maybe I'd know. Maybe I'd know. Person, place, a thought or idea. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I yell just to hear myself speak.
And thank you for tuning in to KPSU, Portland's college radio station. I'm your host, DJ Rochelle. You are watching Live Fridays, and ready to perform for you live here in the KPSU studios is Bruhn. What song are we starting with, guys?
I guess the same song that you played before. Something in your eyes.
All right, let's hear
I
it.
hear it twice. It's so good.
Well, they get to compare the recorded versus the live. See how you do. No pressure. All right, let's hear the live version now.
Something in your eyes, it told me I better find my way back home. Something in your eyes, it told me I better run. Something in your eyes, it told me I better look the other way. Something in your eyes, it told me I'm having fun.
song's called Self-Employed.
Thank you, Bruhn. Okay, let's do a quick little round robin, have everyone introduce themselves, and for those that are listening, not watching, tell us what you're playing. Start with you, Chris.
My name is Chris Bruhn, and I play guitar and sing.
My name's Joe Matlock. I play the drums.
Thanks.
I'm Laura Cat, and I'm playing synth and singing.
My name is Mike, and I play electric guitar and sometimes keys.
Nice. Now, how did you guys all meet? How did you get to know each other? Start with you, Mike.
Chris and I went to grade school together, and so we've known each other for a long time, back in a small town in Eastern Oregon. And Laura and I, we met through a mutual friend. I helped her record her album, and then we got married. And then also a mutual friend, my friend Joe, and I knew him from another good friend of mine. So.
It's a friend of a friend.
Friends of friends.
And Chris, how did you form this band?
Well, I guess I've been in a lot of bands over the years, and it was kind of like I knew this one would just be me, like
Oh, get up on the mic.
I'm gonna stay in this band, and so that's how it just came up. I was like, oh, I'll just call it my last name. So.
But what was the conversation like when you were like, hey guys, I want you to be in a band with me?
Well, actually, it's kind of funny. Mike lived like 2 blocks when I moved to Portland, and I don't even know if the bar's still there. Something at the end of the universe.
Oh, Pub at the
Yeah.
Universe, yeah.
And one day I went in there and I saw Mike, and I was like, hey, I just live down the street. He goes, so do I. And then I was like, hey, you should help me record my record. And he's like, okay. And I was like, hey, you should join the band. And so it just happened like that. I kind of forced him into it.
It worked out naturally.
Right, naturally being the name of the beer you were drinking, or?
No, it was probably Pabst, something cheap.
And how did he talk the other 2 of you into playing in the band with him? Here, I'm going to hand my mic to you.
I don't know how he talked me into this.
You played on the second record.
Yeah, I played a few tracks on the second record, and I've always wanted to play music with Mike, and just got me
And
hooked.
he's,
Yeah.
the new record, he's everything on all the drums on the
I
new
earned
record.
a spot. How about that?
Okay, and how did the conversation go with you?
I always loved singing, and I sang backup maybe on the second album, just a couple tracks, and then this album I was like, yes, they're putting me more in there, so it's exciting. Yeah.
That's great.
And Laura has her own musical project called Upside Down Cat.
Yes, I do.
Nice. And it's funny because when I saw you followed me on Instagram, I was like, is this going to be like another cat meme thing? Because, of course, I immediately follow back that. But then, of course, I'm like, wait, no, it's music. That's even, I don't know, better maybe than cat pictures? That's kind of a controversial statement, I feel like, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
What was the inspiration behind that band name?
Well, I like cats. It's a Casio band. I would draw cats on my knee of my jeans in high school, so it's like upside down, but then like sometimes it's like when you stand up, it's like right side up, but then also upside down. It depends on how you look at it. So,
Nice. I like that whole play on your perspective.
yep.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. And you've got the fancy music stand in front of you.
Yes.
When you are playing in band practice, at what point are you actually like typing this up and creating it, or did they make this for you?
I had to make this because it's all like they worked on the album so much, it's all in their heads. But since I'm like more new, I had to make it. So, yep.
All right, tell me a little bit about what band practice is like now. 'Cause obviously there's been a few changes in the last couple of years.
Yeah. Well, Chris lives further away. So.
Yeah, it's, I don't know, I kind of want to get like a virtual thing going, but I haven't done that yet, but that's probably going to be in the future, doing like the webcam type.
Yeah,
don't know
the
how
Zoom
to-
calls everyone does now. Yeah. Besides the future possibility of Zoom calls, you've had a few practice sessions before coming in here today. How did those go? What's the vibe of that?
Well, Mike, he runs a recording studio, Sound Ghost Studios. He does a good job if anybody needs help and recording. And we have a cooler. We put a couple beers in and just sit back and play. So.
Tell us more about that recording.
Oh, well, I just started recording and collecting equipment since, I don't know, 1994, 95, and I never stopped collecting equipment, and it's kind of a problem. I keep on collecting equipment, and Laura allows it to a certain extent, and yeah, we just pretty much taught ourselves how to mix and compose music, and have learned quite a few things along the way. It's working with some more professional people, but yeah, it's I don't know. I would like to say that we've kind of stopped advertising a little bit since we've had a couple kids, so it's kind of slowed down a little bit, but we're still trying to work on music and recording music.
There's less time.
How do you balance between being the musician and being the recording artist?
Well, I think being the recording artist, well, being the engineer for the most part, I've learned a lot of things as far as arrangement and adding counterpoint and helping the band be. I'm more like a catalyst to help the band record the sound that they're looking for, and language isn't pretty imperfect. So you have to sit there and ask questions and try to figure out how do they really want to convey this song. And there's a lot of trial and error with that. So you kind of lay down some basic tracks, and Chris is really good about writing songs that are really really friendly to taking other parts of arrangements. And so it's like a baked potato. You can add whatever you want on top of the song. It stands alone by itself really well, and then you just keep on adding stuff on top of it.
Okay, from the musician perspective, how does this really go, Chris?
I record things on my phone and then I send it to Mike.
And then in the studio, you just figure it out.
That's great. I want to ask about the songwriting process, but I also want to hear another song. Tell me about the next song you're going to play.
It's called In the Movies. It's on our first record.
Okay, and tell me what the song's about to you.
That's a tough one.
Or what you were thinking when you wrote it, maybe.
About a movie theater
Okay.
experience at a movie theater.
So it could be sort of a universal thing, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, you could, if you like movies, I guess. I don't know. It's been a long time since I wrote that, so.
I'm going to go through the dusty catalog of memory now.
Right? Like, what was I thinking? I don't know.
All right, well, let's revisit it and jog the memory now.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
There you go, taking pictures. No one but yourself. It's like a drawn out movie. Love with yourself. Why can't we stay in love for too long? Why can't we stay in love for too long? There you go, taking pictures. No one but yourself. It's like a silent movie. Love with yourself. Why can't we stay in love for too long? Why can't we stay in love for too long? Just like in the movie. Just like in the movie. Just like. Why can't we stay in love for too long? Why can't we stay in love for too long?
This next one's called Smile. Let me see you smile.
Rolling back to me. Let me see you smile. That face. Just doing whatever it please. Let me see you smile. That face. Rolling back to me. Let me see you smile. That face. Just doing whatever it please.
The song's called Neil Young, Not So Young.
Neil
Ooh. I like how the music just builds there. It's like you're adding all these layers.
Oh yeah, like you should hear the record version. It's got a lot more layers.
Which, speaking of, you've got a new album you've been working on, right?
Yeah. How long has it been? Probably
5 years.
5 years. Yeah.
Okay, a little while.
Yeah.
Tell us about the recording process and what putting together that album looks like.
Well, again, just writing and just making home demos and sending them off to Mike and saying, write a part and record it for me. And
Well, at some point you involve other band members that are sitting here. How does that all play in?
feeding them, making sure they're fed.
Burritos.
Like,
So you've been bribing them with burritos.
right, you always want to keep the crew fed, especially if you're broke. Like,
Pizza.
I've learned this.
Well, it was a pretty good question. Like the next song we're gonna play is kind of the start of the album that we're just releasing. Chris had he had a lot of really neat demos done on his phone, and I liked how it sounded, the way he was recording it. I liked how noisy it sounded, and I liked how distant it sounded. And there's a lot of honesty to it. The first couple of records we would double vocals, especially the lead vocals, and a lot of people do that because it irons out vocals and makes it sound bigger. But this one we decided to keep Chris's vocal only to a single take, and because we really wanted to have that raw emotion, that honesty to it. We didn't want to polish it up too much. Although I would double my vocals because I'm the weaker of the singers.
So no airbrushing, so to speak, on your voice.
Right, yeah, we try to take a Charlie Brown's Christmas aspect to it, it's kind of rough around the edges, and it's not perfect, and, but there is,
we did.
well, I did,
I like the interjection there. Wait, speak for yourself on this one.
I just like the honesty of it, and if there was some mistakes, we really didn't use a lot of polish on it.
There is kind of that line you have to draw at some point of, okay, is it overproduced now or is it underproduced?
Yeah, and we try not to overproduce it, even though I think it does sound kind of produced, but.
Right, there's a fine line, and we've all listened to albums that sound a little overproduced, and others that felt like they needed a little more polish. That's me being a little critical, though. Speaking of albums, I do want to ask, we were chatting before we went on air, there's some fun story there about the first album you ever got.
Oh,
What you thought you were getting anyway.
it was Mike.
Oh.
The CD Baby, or not CD Baby?
No, I believe there was something about Van Halen.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, yeah. So I wanted a Van Halen tape, and my parents bought me Huey Lewis and the News, and I was pretty little, and it was early, so I couldn't see, and I looked at it, and I go, oh, Van Halen? They're like, no, Huey Lewis and the News. I was like, oh, thanks. I love that one.
Which is not at all the same thing.
No.
But let's do a little round and have everyone tell us what first album they bought was. Here, I'm going to hand you this.
Mine was MC Hammer on cassette tape, Hammer Time, and yeah, I don't know why, just it was a hit song.
How about you?
I'm trying to think of the first album I actually bought. I mean, Enya Shepherd Moon comes to mind, but I don't know if I actually bought that. And then my first Bruhn CD I got from a friend was Weezer, the Blue Album. Yes. And then...
I like the chorus of yes I hear behind me. You're getting enthusiastic support here.
Yeah. I guess, probably some early albums were, Five Iron Frenzy, which is a ska band. So, yeah.
Nice. Very well-rounded, different music genres there.
Yeah.
Dig
That's
that.
probably it.
Okay, how about you, Mike?
Well, I had CDs as a kid. I don't really, or tapes as a kid even. We would record, or I would record a lot of songs just off of OK95. It's 94.9 out of Tri-Cities. And
Which is not there anymore.
not there anymore, sadly. Yeah, but that was kind of Casey Kasem's top 40s. So I would record some stuff off of that. And then, but we got a CD player, and I think we had Garfield Sings the Blues and Michael Jackson's Dangerous album, I think. And but then when I first bought some CDs, it was through Columbia House. The 10 CDs for 1 penny, I think at the time. They increased it to like 12 later or something CDs. But I think I got Bjork's Post and some Warrant, and I think some AC/DC and something else. Belly record, I think.
Nice. Yeah. Which makes me then wonder, so you've got all this cool background of different genres I'm hearing. What do you actually listen to lately? I'll let you go with this one, Mike.
Guided by Voices.
Yeah.
It's, they come out with a record every month, it seems like. So I'm always, even if I don't like it, I buy it. And I'm sucked in too deep. I have.
You've committed now.
Yes.
You can't go back.
But most of it's good.
I'm a big fan of Jeff Rosenstock. I don't know if you know him, but goes back to your ska band. He's a ska punk rocker from New York. He writes awesome songs. I don't know if you guys should check him out, but yeah, that's me.
Okay, Laura.
I'm a big Lake fan, and then like recently, like yesterday, I was listening to the new Joseph album. They're from Oregon, Portland, so yeah, they're awesome.
Are they from the town, Joseph?
It's named after the town Joseph, yes.
Okay.
But yeah, they're cool.
Cool.
Well, I've always been a big Smashing Pumpkins fan, but primarily I listen to old records, so Lawrence Welk and a bunch of stuff that you'll never hear on the radio anymore. Beautiful music, great vocal arrangements, that kind of stuff.
Nice. Okay, so outside of Lawrence Welk, what else is on the turntable?
Oh,
Stereo Lab.
Stereo Lab, Henry Mancini's Music of Hawaii, you know, that kind of stuff. It's kind of sophisticated around the dinner table. You can have a conversation and not worry about it being too loud.
I'm not even going to comment on that. We'll just shift gears away from that. Let's go back talking about your music. Where can people find your music if they want to listen to it?
Spotify, Bandcamp.
Is it in any record stores?
No. You can find it on eBay. People have copies of it, try to sell it.
So the physical copies are a rare commodity now.
They're available on
I have
Bandcamp.
tons of them.
Yep,
Okay, well,
we are selling them on Bandcamp.
and just going to throw this out there, today is Bandcamp Friday, which is the day Bandcamp waives all of their royalty cuts on the sale, so it's 100% to the musicians now.
That's cool.
But that's only if people buy it on Friday,
Right.
Bandcamp Friday. Just suggestion, not urging. As far as purchasing the album, again, you've got it on Bandcamp. If they want to download it off of Bandcamp or other sites, where else can they go?
I don't know.
It's on like YouTube Music. I don't know, like
Mhm.
like it's streaming everywhere. I just don't know about downloads.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then if they want to come see you perform, where can they find out about upcoming shows?
I didn't catch it. What?
And if they want to hear you perform or see you perform live, where can they find out about upcoming shows?
Facebook, Bruhn Music, Sound Ghost Collective page. I don't know. Is there another one?
Maybe Instagram?
Yeah, the Instagram has Sound Ghost Musical Collective, which
Yeah.
covers a couple bands. So we'll definitely post shows for Bruhn on there.
Cool.
Oh yeah, and I also wanted to say hi to my other band, Dr. Watley, and the other person, Dr. Watley, was supposed to come today, but he had some scheduling things that he couldn't deal with, or had to deal with. So I just wanted to say hi to that band too.
All right. Well, you can look in one of those cameras there and say their name and say hi.
Hey, Caleb.
I love that. It's right up there with saying hi to Mom.
She's not watching.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
Caleb, my son too, my wife. They're watching, so hi.
That's great. And we do have, as part of our in-studio audience, I'm going to shout out Frankie, who's sitting in the front row for us.
Hi, Frankie.
That's
Hi, Frankie. That's my daughter. She's 10. She's hanging out with us. She's our future drummer. one day.
I think we may have stolen her away, though. She's pretty fascinated by our sound equipment back there. You may lose her to the recording arts.
Not a bad place to lose her.
Has she been playing in your recording studio at all?
Not too much. I mean, she comes in and will play the piano and the glockenspiel and wants to play the guitar, but hasn't really hopped onto the mixer board quite yet.
Okay. Things that may happen.
Right.
Okay. Talk to me about what's next on the playlist here, on your set list.
Well, I was wrong earlier. We were going to play.
We can just skip that
You
one.
want to skip down again?
Yeah, because we're.
I don't know how much time we have left.
We've got a little bit of extra time that was added just because we had a little later start and the show after us is not going to be here today. So they're doing like a pre-recorded thing they'll air, which means we have a little extra. We would normally have 15, but we were given an extra 10. So if you want to keep it.
So you want to do now and again then?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, let's hear now and again.
Need you now and then, such a long time. Use you now and then, such a long time. Now and again, use you now and then, such a long time. Hurt you now and then, such a long time. Now and again.
This next song is the one Mike was talking about. That's kind of what we built the newest record off of, as far as like sound wise and.
Since we're close to the top there, I'm just going to do a quick little station ID for everyone that let you know that you are still tuned into KPSU, Portland's College radio station. I am your host, DJ Rochelle. You are listening to Live Fridays, and we have the wonderful band Bruhn here performing live. Would you mind doing a quick station drop for us?
This is Bruhn. You're listening to KPSU.
KP what?
KPSU.
KPSU. This is Bruhn. You're listening to KPSU.
Nice, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, thank you so much for being here. This is great fun.
Can I say something?
Of course.
I graduated in 2010 in printmaking. Yay!
Woo! Congrats.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of weird to be back on campus. It's cool.
A little surreal,
Yeah.
but it's also nice to kind of come back to the old stomping grounds
Yeah.
and be like, hey, look at me now.
I know, like, see what changed, see what didn't. Like, it would be fun to like go around to all my old haunts and stuff. Used to work in the library, so yeah, that would be cool.
Nice. Well, welcome back to Portland State. It's great. Love having a former Viking back in here. It's always fun. Real quick, Mike, if you could grab that door. Yeah, we have a little bit of expensive equipment, so if the door's left open, alarms go off.
Understood.
It happens. Going back to the music, talking about it, tell me about the writing process, because you mentioned that song you just played kind of helped create the sound for the rest of the album. How did you determine that, and what kind of led that to be sort of your song to model the others after?
It was the best one.
Well, what made you think of it as the best one?
Mike told me it was the best one.
All right, Mike, you're on the hot seat now.
Well, I don't know. I liked the space that it had, and it really. Before this album, we were doing a lot of heavy guitars, a lot of like real fuzz pedals, and heavy distortions, big drums, and drivey bass, and
A little more grungy.
oh yeah, it wasn't real heavy. It wasn't metal, but it was definitely alt rock, and we were thinking more along the lines when Chris was playing this song and I was hearing it. Like, I was thinking more along Mazzy Star, nighttime summer drives, things that were a little bit more relaxed and had a lot more space where you can let the guitar ring out and actually use the silence to your advantage. And so we tried to go that aspect of it, of the recording process.
There's that lovely harmony that the two of you brought in too. Is that something we can hear in more songs, or is that just kind of like you said, using that space?
A few songs.
You won't hear it anymore on this set, I don't think, but maybe a little bit on the album.
Okay, something to dangle in front of us.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about the songwriting process. How do you create a song?
Well, when I was younger, I was grounded to my room. So I had a guitar and I just played. Actually, my brother, one time he said, "You're going to get pretty good at that if you keep getting in trouble like you do." And he was right. I mean, I got better anyway.
Better at music anyway.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But yeah, just, I don't know, I'm more of a music guy. I just kind of write lyrics. It's like some of them it's the same day, like, just hammer them out. But Mike, he's big lyric guy, and I'm more like melody and just tone, just simple kind of things. But Mike, he's a good lyricist.
Okay, so we've got melody, lyrics. I'm going to shift over to hear about the rhythm and how you create the beat that goes with all this.
It's definitely a challenge coming into a song and just it's already written and played and having to find that spot. But it's like I approach it like you're coming into a room full of people and you sort of act that way when you approach the song, not getting anyone's way or changing the environment in the room or whatever. You kind of just fit in where you think you belong. And that's the same approach when you dive into the song that's already there. Don't try and change the song, just find where you fit in, or you can throw some beats. Yeah, the drumming's pretty simple. You just kind of make a beat that goes with it. got the right lyrics. You don't have to worry about your voice.
I don't want to play the drums. Drums are hard for me.
That too. Yeah.
To each their own, I guess. It'd be a little harder to play drums when you're grounded.
Right? That's why I was grounded. No. Just joking.
All right. Talk to me about filling in your part with the keys.
So pretty recently, obviously, I started doing that. So on the album, I don't play any keys. Just for this show and maybe future shows, I'll be able to do it. So yeah, we just kind of figured out what I could learn recently for the show, and actually singing and playing at the same time is like I'm not super strong at. So it's something I'm working on more recently too.
It takes a lot of lung power and coordination.
Yeah, like, you know, it's just easy to be like, where am I in the song? That's why I have my stuff printed out, so I know where I'm at, so I can hopefully play it at the right time.
I was going to make a joke about your leg,
foot?
right, with the coordination, but
Yes.
that seems like a low blow.
It's okay.
Kudos on playing through that, by the way.
Yeah.
That's impressive. There's very few musicians that actually show up to perform and have a cast on or have broken themselves.
They told me I had to come, so I was like, okay, I guess I'm coming.
You just gave her no choice.
They're like, we need you. So it's nice to be needed. Yeah.
Thank you.
Talk to me about the harmonies that are written into the music. Is it something you created together? Was it part of what you wrote, Chris, or did you fill it in, Laura? And how did it come about?
I think Mike kind of came up with a lot of it. But
So yeah, Chris writes the songs, and he writes really great hooks, and vocal hooks, and even guitar riff hooks, and he presents a song that's completed from the beginning to the end, but there's a lot of space for counterpoint melody, and so Chris has allowed me to be able to help out with the vocal melodies and the string arrangements and that kind of stuff on the record. So that's kind of where I come in, is the arrangement part of it and working on backing vocals, and then Chris says good or not good, and so he lets us know, and then we work it out together.
And then they
we
say,
fine tune it.
hey Laura, do you want to come sing on this? And I say, okay.
I'm imagining Chris just sitting there with like a thumbs up or thumbs down face.
Yeah.
That's pretty
On the couch, usually just laying on the couch like this, just listening.
That's accurate, by the way.
Tell me about the space that you have performed together when you're working on a song, because I know obviously things have changed with COVID and moving, but you mentioned laying on a couch and just kind of listening and then commenting. Describe that space for us.
Well, it's Mike's house.
Like, are we talking basement recording studio? Is it in the back? What are we looking at?
A garage.
I
But
like.
he's done a good job for acoustics and stuff like that. It's a pretty nice space.
Okay, so it's not what I'm envisioning of like a 70s rock band hanging out in a metal garage that's dusty and concrete floor.
No,
It's a sealed concrete floor.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
You can go to soundghoststudios.com.
Okay, you want to spell it out for people?
Sound Ghost.
GHOST. Okay.
Studios.com.
Nice. And since we're talking about that studio, you have some social media and other places people can find out about more from that studio?
Do I? I'm not on social media.
So we have like our collective is on Instagram, Sound Ghost Musical Collective, and then Facebook is Sound Ghost Musical Collective, and then you have your website, but like you said, you're not recording everybody anymore. You kind of work on certain projects.
Yeah, we're just working on projects that kind of come up, and we're like, yeah, we really believe in this, and we want to start working on it. And it just depends on how much time we have, because life gets really busy.
Of course. For those that want to find out more, maybe just want to check out what you've been doing in that studio, where's the best place for them to go?
Probably like Facebook or the Instagram, the Sound Ghost Musical Collective.
Great. Okay. And for Bruhn Music, where's the best place to check everything out?
Facebook.
And if they want to message you, would it be Facebook or Instagram or?
Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah. Bruhnmusic.com or at gmail.com.
You want to spell Bruhn for him?
BRUHN.
For those using Google, trying to find him now. That's how you find him. Any other bands that you are in or other things you want to plug or mention?
Thanks for the question, but no. I'm solo act here with these guys. Yeah, nothing else.
Thanks for being here today. Really appreciate it. We've got, it looks like just over 5 minutes left. So do you want to play 2 more songs, I'm thinking?
Okay, yeah.
Depending on how long each of those are.
Which ones do you guys want to do?
I like Break Your Heart and
Okay.
give me some more.
All right.
Okay, anything else you want to mention or shout out before you play us off?
Nope.
Thanks for
Thanks
watching.
for thanks for watching, and thanks for these guys for last minute. I know it was you took time out of your guys' lives to practice, and so thank you. And we haven't practiced for a while since I moved, so but thank you guys, and thanks for having us.
Of course, it's great fun to have you all here. Definitely appreciate it. Last question I'm going to throw at you before we go into the music. How do you balance or where do you draw the line between friendship and your music relationship in the band? Is there one?
No.
Fair.
That's the benefit of growing up together, going to grade school together. It's definitely kindred spirit. So it hasn't been necessary to draw any lines.
Do you s-
Yeah, I mean, I became friends with them in 2008, so like, I don't know, we just kind of stuck together, worked on other projects, and
So you became friends and musician relationship all at the same time?
yes, and then a few years after that, we got married, so
So you could say it went well.
yes.
Anything you want to add to that?
I think music is what started Mike and our friendship. So there was no line to be drawn there at all. Similar tastes, and he had all the equipment. So where else am I gonna go play music at? Kind of works out that way.
I like that. You go hang out with the people who have the coolest toys.
That's right.
There you go. All right. Well, on that note, tell me what the song is that we're going to hear next.
Break Your Heart.
And then if we have time, we might hear one after that. What's the next one you might throw in?
Give me some more.
That's appropriate.
Those two together. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's hear those songs. And thanks so much for being here. Here's
Thanks for
Bruhn
having us.
on KPSC's Live Fridays.
Maybe if I do it slow, maybe she won't
Time for one more. This song's called "Give Me Some More." Cool.
Sorry, I was lost on that one.
I messed up. Sorry.
It's okay.
I also messed up. And then I don't know if you could hear the last one. Maybe it was like down or something. I don't know.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Yeah, we'll have a MP3 rip recording for you guys, so you guys can do whatever you'd like with that. There's also a YouTube link that you guys can look at for a live stream provided by PSTV.
Awesome.
So we'll look at that, but we'll make sure you guys also have the MP3 raw file just so you can do whatever you want.
Cool.
If you say for it in an album, so I know that they've done that in the past, they just ask to note that it was recorded at KPSU. That way we get some credit on it, like the
Right.
credit, if you will.
Sure.
And I've got an autograph book here. I need to
Rushed the
sign
crap
it.
out of so many songs.